and welcome back to episode 7 of the Woven Almanac podcast channel. I'll give you a super quick intro if you're new here. My name is Dawn. I'm a British expat. I live in the Netherlands, just outside of Amsterdam. I've been here over 20 years now, and I have another channel here on YouTube World called Dawn's Days, which is pretty much a vlog channel. And there, if you want to know more about, my life, my family, my friends, what I get up to on a weekly basis, I'll put a link below. And everything I talk about in this podcast today, I'll put links below, and hopefully I'll put timestamps in. So if you're not interested in, a certain topic or craft, you can just skip forward to the good bit for you. So I live here with my partner Lawrence. He's South African, and our two boys, Josh and William. They're born here, and we have a very fluffy ginger cat, Daxter, and a very cute, I think he's cute, Parsons Terrier, Jack. So that's our family and where we live. Oh, and I'm originally from Manchester. That's where I'm from. Maybe you can hear the accent. And so that's intros over with. If you are new to the channel, so you're very, very welcome. And if you're one of the returning viewers, welcome back, guys. We've had a bit of a break since the last one, but I figured, well, it's well overdue because I've got quite a lot of things to share with you all. Formalities. If you want to get hold of me on other channels or social media platforms aside from going over to the Dawn's Days channel, I don't have an Instagram account, an active Instagram account for the Woven Almanac. So if you really want to follow the crafty stuff, on a more frequent basis, you can follow me with @Dawn's Days. Again, links below. I host a really nice, very small, but very, very friendly Facebook community group all about crafting, any kind of crafting, and that's Crafty World 1. I'm moderating that at the moment because we've had a few naughty people trying to sort of post salesy things on there and spam it, so I want to keep it really nice and friendly and just of interest to all of us. So if you want to head on over there and join that group, you're most welcome. I do use Ravelry a lot for downloading patterns and buying patterns. I'm not such a big Ravelry user in terms of posting projects, but I'll try and remember to put the link to my Ravelry page there, because I will tell you later at the end, or should make a note of that. I've just remembered. I have made notes, semi-professional, not really. Okay, made a note of that. Yeah, so I'm not really a big Ravelry user, but again, there'll be a link below. And if you use Pinterest, I do have a Pinterest account, lots of boards on there, although I've not been using it for quite a while, but I'll put the link to Pinterest below as well. So there you go, lots of ways to get hold of me, and also my I think it's Dawn's Days email address as well, if you want to get hold of me that way too. My channel isn't monetized, and I haven't got a Ko-fi account or anything else like that. Although I might open a Ko-fi account, I don't know, but it's not monetized. So just letting you know, any videos, any adverts that are played on this channel, I don't get anything from them. So, feel free to skip them because YouTube have decided that now they can post adverts on any unmonetized channel they want. So I've got no control over where they appear or what their the duration. So I'm sorry about that, but yeah, that's the YouTube got. Well, I won't go into too much detail because yeah, I've got a vlog channel, and a lot of you have come over from that originally. But since we've last spoke on the podcast, what's happened? Oh yeah, I can give you a neck update. So I've had a TENS machine given to me by the hospital, although I've not been very active in using that, just because it's not convenient. I have to do it 3 times a day, half-hour slots, and Lawrence has to put it's like 2 pads. He has to put it on for me because I can't reach myself. And I work 4 days a week. So, you know, sitting there half an hour in the morning, I don't have time for that. And then half an hour midday, I also don't have time for that. So yeah, that's not going too well. However, I do have a date for I think the 1st or 2nd week in November for a cortisone injection. So hopefully by the time I'm sat here talking to you again, I've had my jab and hopefully it's helped. I think the first treatment I did have on the nerve blocker has helped a little bit. So, because I've got way more crafty things to show you, so it must have helped. Yeah, neck update. Oh yeah, and then the other thing, the other milestone that happened in between this podcast and the last one was I had a birthday. So October is one of my favourite months because yes, it's my birthday, and I had a really, really nice time. Hadn't planned a party or anything, you know, formal because last year was, you know, big 5-0 and then, you know, Lawrence organised a wonderful party for me. So this year, you know, it was pretty much like, no, don't need to celebrate. However, a few of my friends had said, well, you know, it's a Sunday, I'm going to pop round. So we bought some cake in, and then I just left it that, you know, if anybody wanted to pop in, they were more than welcome. And actually I was quite surprised loads of people turned up. And so even some people I've not seen for a long, long time. So it was really fun. It was very unplanned, very unexpected, and such a lovely, lovely day. So yeah, that was nice. And then the other thing, as I'm filming this podcast, it's currently Vlogtober. I think many of you will be watching Vlogtober. I'm not doing like a traditional Vlogtober as in filming every day, but I've made just a handful of what I call like mindfulness videos, very sort of non-talky, slow, calm videos. They're, you know, 3 to 5 minute long with nice music over them. So if you're interested in them, you know, just have a nice little coffee break, quiet moment to yourself. They're a lot to edit, but I really, really enjoy it. I watch them on myself when I, you know, when I need a little sort of time out. So again, that will be on the Dawn Stage channel. So yeah, but I'm really enjoying watching all the Vlogtobers. They're really good fun. Right, well, I'm just having a box standard Nescafe instant coffee in a lovely bumblebee mug. That was a gift from one of Lawrence's cousins, Tracy. It made its way all the way from South Africa without a crack, which is very impressive. So anyway, let's get into the podcast, the crafty stuff, the good stuff. I don't think I've missed anything. We'll see. You know, woman of my age, have a bit of brain fog going on, so could well have missed some things, but never mind, we'll just push through. So today I've got some knitting, crochet, turn the page, bit of paper crafty kind of stuff, and a sort of clay crafty kind of thing, if that's the best way to describe it. And as I said, there'll be timestamps, so you can just skip back and forth to whatever suits you. And I've got my reading glasses, because that also comes with women of a certain age. I can't see a thing. Right, let's get into the knitting. I didn't really check what I waffled about last time. I had a quick skip through episode 6 just to see I wasn't showing you things I'd already shown you. But actually no, half of what you see today will be an update of the last few episodes, but new projects, because I really felt, you know, my craft show, as you know, my motivation's come back. Right, first of all, little disclaimer, I've really, really disgraced myself. I'm going to show you the worst pair of socks I've ever knitted in my short knitting years. Not been knitting socks that long, but this goes up there with the most dreadful pair. So please don't laugh. I only own one sock blocker. I should have put them on a sock blocker. No, I'm going to put the original, the pattern, but it should have been on a sock blocker. So you can have a look why they're dreadful. And I feel so terrible because this pattern was actually a gift from my lovely friend Sue. And I was thrilled to receive a pattern as a gift, and I was determined to follow them And yes, they're a bit of a state. Actually, they don't look too bad on a sock blocker, but I'm going to show you. Actually, I think they do look bad because I've just remembered something. Right, there you go. These are the lattice top socks. Is it K. Jones, I think? Can't remember. So first of all, gaping hole. That's okay. We often get them. That's fine. I think the lattice should have gone a bit higher up. I cut it off a bit short. The heel. I can't remember the name of the heel. First time doing it, followed the instructions, and it looks like a dog's dinner. Actually, that side doesn't look too, mind the hole. That side doesn't look too bad on camera, but this side, my gosh, it's awful. And I had to rip back I think it's an umbrella toe, about 3 times. So it was a complete mess. This is my own hand-dyed yarn. I do have a very, very small hand-dyed yarn business, but I'm not actively selling on my Etsy shop at the moment with postage issues, etc. And then the pink contrast is Lammy's Running. I don't remember the colourway. It's lovely. It's like this really soft bubblegum pink. But I thought, no, I have to push through. So I made the second one. And this is where I really winged it, because it's even bigger than the other one. And I think I frogged the lattice, I don't know how many times. So that's the other sock. And as you can see, this one's a lot higher up the leg. No idea why. I don't think I might have done an extra row of lattice. No idea why. And because this heel was such a disaster, I thought I'm going to do the heel flapper gusset. So that's what I did. And I did the umbrella toe correctly this time. But as you can see, they're a mess. But you know what? This is the first pair of socks I've completed in a whole year. And I've just dropped something. And I love knitting socks. So the fact that I've completed a pair in 1 year, it's like, okay, it is what it is. Blame the neck. So there you go. 1 pair of finished socks. Doesn't stop there though. I think I might have shown you this last time. But I think I forgot to mention what the yarn was. So I'll pop this on a sock blocker. I think somebody might be knocking at my door. I just announced to Lawrence I was just doing a quick podcast, although I don't think it's going to be so quick. I've finished one of my vanilla socks. And I don't know if I mentioned this. This is a Hobbii Christmas yarn. Sorry, you can hear Lawrence is telling Jack not to bark. So yeah, I finished one. I don't know if you can pick up the sparkle on camera. Yeah, there you go. Oh, it's beautiful. It's so soft, but it's really, really thin yarn. So this took a while to finish. I will finish it at the second pair, at the second sock by Christmas. And it's just my vanilla recipe, 2x2 rib, plain knit, heel flap and gusset, and I think this is a wedge toe I did, which is actually one of my favourites, I must admit. Yes, it is. There you go. It's a wedge. So it's beautiful yarn. It really is. It's lovely, and it's not splitty at all. And it's so soft, but it's very, very thin, very fine. And it's nice and stretchy though. So yeah, I've got 1 sock. So I seem to be having second sock syndrome though, because I have another sock, but not a pair of socks. So I feel like I'm whizzing through at the moment. I'm going to pop this one on the sock blocker. This pattern, I was obsessed with this last Christmas, and I was it was on my list to buy it. I was like, oh, don't forget to buy that yarn, the pattern, don't forget to buy it. And then by the time I realised, I forgot to buy it, they'd closed their shop, so I couldn't buy it. Anyway, it's back online now. It's too big for my sock blocker, so it's looking very, very baggy. but I've purposely made it bigger. I think I went for, is it a 72 stitch cast on? I think that's right. Normally I do a 64, that's my go-to, but I went bigger this time, and actually because there was colour work involved, I've actually gone up a couple of needle sizes. But anyway, I'll tell you about that in a minute. The pattern is Gingerbread Dream Socks, and it's from Candy Shop Yarns, who many of you will know. It's these two sisters who do Meanwhile at the Castle, which is how I learned to knit Magic Loop, and it's one of the sisters who does Candy Shop Yarn. This was the Christmas sock pattern last year. I just saw it all over my social media. I was obsessed. So the fact that it was available in the store again. Anyway, the variation I've done, you could even buy a sock set to go with it, but I've done my own, and it's the ones that you see. I haven't got the pattern in front of me. The ones that you see in the store and on their social media accounts is all knitted in this gingerbread kind of colour, but I didn't have that in stock, and I wanted to stash bust, if I'm honest with you. So I had this really nice Lambie's Running. I don't recall the colourway because it was, yeah, it's stash. And again, this is a hand dyed. Actually, I think it is. This is the hand dyed from that. See, look how different they are. You know, when you use them with different kind of combinations. See, that looks very caramelly, custardy, and that looks very pastel-y. So anyway, waffle. And then all the contrast is actually Advent minis. So I've no idea where they've all come from over the years. So yeah, I've used it, and I thought, oh, it's more like a Christmas pudding colourway. So yeah, what can I say about this? So yeah, it's colour work. So I've knitted the sock. I did the 72 stitch cast on Magic Loop with a 2.5 the Chaigu red lace, and then when I got to the colour work, which is from here to here, I changed to, I think the pattern does tell you to do that. I changed to a 9-inch circular, again Chaigu, but a 3mm. And then when I finished that, I went back down to the 2.5, back to Magic Loop. So, you know, there's a lot of techniques in it. I wouldn't say it's a beginner's kind of pattern, but yeah, it was lovely. Anyway, then going on to I'm going to take it off the sock blocker now. And we'll flip it round so you can see this beauty. This heel. Now, I thought, I'm not giving too much away considering it's a paper pattern. I thought the heel flap was colour work, but it's not. This is actually done with duplicate stitching, which I've never done before. And I was like, oh no, I don't know if I can do it. And I'd already sort of done this much, and I was loving it. I couldn't put this down. I absolutely could not put this down. It was such a lovely pattern. So anyway, I had a look on YouTube, a couple of videos, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. And loved it. I would definitely be doing this method on a lot of things. And I think if you're not good with colour work, I would even use this. You could even use like a cross stitch, a basic cross stitch pattern, and do duplicate stitching on like vanilla socks, mittens, anything. Love it. So again, this is all stash. So I've not used, I think theirs was like a solid blue in the sock in the kit, and I think the icing was like more like a pristine white, and again mine's there like this kind of colour. And then so you do the heel, and then you've got this again colour work, which again I did on the 9-inch circular, and then it was there, and I think most of the YouTube tutorials I've seen from Meanwhile at the Castle, they do seem to favour the wedge toe and a kitchen at the end. So I've made them really big, so I was thinking they're going to be nice cosy house socks, you know, for pottering around in. But I think, well, I can't block them on a blocker because it's too big, but I might just wet block them on my blocking mat just to straighten them out a bit. I suppose I could even do a steam press actually. I might just use them as decoration. They're just lovely. So I'm going to cast on the second one, but because I was stash busting, I've run out of this and I've lost the ball band. So I'm going to see if we are on Fridays, I have a local market and we have the wool man. So I'm going to go and take the sock and see if I can buy another ball. But yeah, absolutely loved these. So again, I'll put a link below to where you can buy them. Yeah, and there's one other thing. I thought I'd show you my shawl. I've not done much on it at all because I've clearly been doing other things. But sorry, slip. I realised when I was editing, I think the last podcast, I think it was, that I kept referring to the shawl as a different pattern and a different designer. So I thought, okay, I did correct it in the show notes and I think on screen, but I thought, no, let me just, I'll show you again. And, oops, sorry, rustling. Where is he? With all my scribbles on it. So it's called the Jet Stream Shawl by Julia Gutkovskaya. I can't say it. Excuse my scribbles. If you can see, I'll put it down below. I think I was calling it the Slipstream Shawl. So I thought, no, don't. Let's. I've made a little bit of progress. It's getting to the really long bit now, but I'll show you. I'm knitting these on Knit Pro. It's a free pattern that as well. What size are these? I don't know. Oh, 4mm Knit Pro Zings, the interchangeable. And again, this is my own hand dyed yarn. Let me see if I can. So I think I've made a bit of progress. Yeah. This big band here, this is a row of 20, and I think I'm 10 in. You see, this is the long bit, so it's taking me a while. You'd think it'd work up quicker because it's quite open. It's on like a larger needle, but it's sock yarn 4-ply, so you know it's taking a while. So yeah, that's my own superwash merino hand dyed, 75%. Wool and 25% polyamide, and I think I did mention this. I'm doing this on I have a ball band. Can you believe it? Oh, there's my scissors. Sorry, lost my scissors for ages since the last podcast. I'm doing these. The white is this Scheepjes Stardust in white. It's called. Party, is it called? I think. Well, the colour is, and it's in German, that's strange, 652. And this is 11% mohair, 11% wool, 73% acrylic, and 3 stellina. So I don't know, but you can see the halo on it from the mohair. So yeah, so let's go back to the pattern so you can see. So I think I'm like here, where that printer line is. I'm about here. So then when I've done the next 10 rows, then there'll be way more of this. I think that'll be more interesting for me then, because the white, I'll just show you. The white is, it's a lace repeat. And if you can, oh, that's the wrong side. I'll show you that side. You can see. Like eyelets. So I think because I'm getting a bit bored of just this garter stitch, not gonna lie, but yeah, it's lovely. But yeah, very slow knitting. But I think if I just what I've started to do, because of Vlogtober, I'm giving, if the vlog is like 15 to 20 minutes long or more, then I'll pick up a project, work on that, and then when it's finished, put it down, and then I pick up another one. That's working really well for me at the moment. Right, best not lose my pattern because I still haven't memorised the lace, but I will do. And I'll pop this. This is in, I've said this last time, this is in a beautiful England themed bag by my lovely friend Karen, who's Stitches and Jacks. Oh, I love this bag. It's really big as well. You can fit a lot in it. Look at the size of that. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, and if you want to know, my scissors, actually, I think they were in 1 or 2 advents ago from Jeanette, my friend Jeanette, who's Crafty Clay Creations. We got them in one of the, I don't know if it was an advent swap that we did, just the 2 of us, like a mate's one. Or it was in an advent, and they're in like these crane flamingo scissors. I've been looking everywhere for them. Glad I podcasted now. Right, I think that's all the knitting stuff. I've still not done a thing on my Felix pullover or my the other the colourwork one. The, oh, what was it called? I forget the name of it now. You're probably shouting at the screen. The J, I forget. Anyway, I brought it down. It's all like white colourwork, and then I'm doing it in grey. A free pattern. It'll be on one of the early episodes, or if not, it'll be on the Dawn's Days podcast, because I used to do the podcast on that channel. I brought the project down from the craft room to have a go, but I'm finding like these bigger pieces that my shoulder and neck's not enjoying them at all. Right, okay, that's all the knitty stuff. Crochet. I think last time I shown you I was a bit obsessed with knitting toadstools and mushrooms, and then I moved on to pumpkins. So I've made this very cute chubby pumpkin, my own made up pattern. I didn't follow anything. It's all worked in US double crochet, and I've done it in Scheepjes stone wash. And every year I make 1 or 2 pumpkins. I made a really nice one from a friend Natalie, and I should have kept it because I made that in a really nice double knit in a DK, and it had like this, it's pure wool with like this beautiful halo. It's like this nice putty white colour, but and had like a very, very dark green curly stalk, but I was too excited to give it to her. So, and miraculously it matches her new sofa. How about that? So yeah, I went all out autumn. I don't remember how much progress I'd made on the Mermaid Princess by Miss Daisy handmade. I crochet amigurumi really tight, on a really tight tension, and it's really bothering my neck and shoulder. So I haven't finished it, but I'm almost done. I thought, well, I'll show you. This is in Scheepjes Twinkle. Actually, I have the ball band. This is the greens in this Scheepjes Twinkle. And if you want to know, the colour is 903. And then all the rest is Scheepjes Catona stash busting, and this is like a pinky skin colour. Anyway, I've done the body, done the head, I've even done one of the fins of the tail, and I thought, yeah, I've even done one of the arms. So I've hardly got anything to do. I've just got to do the other arm, do the other fin, stitch it all up, and do the hair, and it's done. But yeah, I thought I'd show you because I just wanted to show that sparkle again. It's so twinkly. I've got loads left. I might do a little Christmas tree or something with it. Again, British English project bag from Jeanette. Oh no, it's okay. I thought I'd caught the yarn in the zip, because this is stuffed with even Catona balls that I don't need for this project, but never mind. Right, what have I done? So I've shown you my pumpkin. Then the other thing I've become obsessed with, between this gingerbread sock, I've been obsessed with crocheting granny squares, and I'll tell you why. So one of my lovely friends, Debbie, who's also one of our viewers, asked me if I watched this particular podcast, and I said no, I've never heard of it. So had a look, found it, and it's a Dutch lady called Sarah, who she lives on the other side of Holland, not close to me, in a place called Breda, or Breda in English if you read it. And she has a podcast. She films it all in Dutch because she's Dutch, and then she films it again in English because she wants to improve her English. So Debbie said, have you heard of this It's a Sarah podcast? I said, no, I've never heard it. So anyway, I've not watched them all, but I've watched a couple, and I'm following her on Instagram now. She's really very sweet, very friendly. And she, on a few episodes, she'd shown this granny square cardigan, and I fell in love with it. And then after she showed me, I was seeing granny square cardigans in all the shops, and I thought, right, that's the sign, I have to make it. So this is a free pattern. It's the Ariana cardigan by Amy Christophers, and it's an intermediate level. And again, I've scribbled on it. And then she's crocheted it in a Barocco Lanus. So anyway, that's the pattern. And Sarah crocheted hers in different colours. I think she might have used the Barocco as well. But I went online and looked at the Barocco, and I was like, I'm stash busting, and I'm going to do it in acrylic. So we've got a shop in the Netherlands. It's like a homeware / home style cheapy bargain kind of shop. Very, very affordable. I love it. And they do a really good yarn selection there. And it's, over the years, it's growing and growing, and they're doing really nice quality and really good varieties. So anyway, I thought I'm gonna shop from stash, because I have loads of this. This is a little bit, I think it's like an Aran, like a worsted or Aran weight royal, or is it a DK? I don't know. It's definitely thicker than the Stylecraft DK, special DK. Anyway, I've got loads of balls of royal. I didn't have enough of everything, so I thought, well, how much are they? There's normally the price on them. Oh, they haven't this time. I think these are normally like €2 a ball for a 100 gram ball. So I popped to the Zeeman, and they had loads of new colours in. So this is what I'm doing my cardigan in. The yellow and the stone is Zeeman's Royal, and then this like a plummy winey colour is also Zeeman's, but it's Reva. And apparently my friend Nicola was here the other day, actually for my birthday, and she said they've discontinued this Reva. Reva definitely feels like the Stylecraft Special DK, and it's lovely. It's got like this heathered tone to it. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera. Luckily, I bought sweater quantities of that months ago and clearly never made a sweater. So let me put the picture up so you can see. So this is the cardigan. So these are my squares, and then you see it's all joined and ribbed. Oh, and it mixes. It's mixed craft. It's knitting and crochet. So if you do both, you'll be fine. But if you don't knit, you can't do this. Well, you could. You could crochet ribbed and the button band. Anyway, it's free pattern, so have a look on the Ravelry and download it and just see for yourself. So my contrast, it's not going to be the pale. I wanted something darker, so I've gone for this. It looks very similar to the Reva, but it's not. It's like this very, I'd say like a really warm chocolate, almost burgundy, purpley brown. Think, well, I'll get more wear out of a darker colour. So I think I'm doing these 2 sizes. My phone gave me a funny message. These 2 sizes, it's only 2 sizes. So the one size is small, medium, large, and then the next size is XL, 2X and 3XL. So I'm doing the XL, 2XL, because I'm definitely in LXL, so I figured I'd rather it was, you know, a bit roomier. So that size, oh my gosh, I have to crochet 68 of these, and I've done 40. And then you crochet half grannies, I don't know how many of them, and then some quarter grannies, which I've never done before. I'm sure they can't be difficult. But yeah, I've really loved having a granny square project on the go. Oh, it's so nice. But I'm trying to be good, you know, as I said, I'm watching Vlogtober, so I'm doing, you know, a bit at a time. Or what I'll do, I'll sit and I'll crochet 5 middles, and then I'll put it down, and then I'll come back and do the second round. And yeah, loving it. Oh, really enjoying that. Right, how's my coffee doing? How are we doing for time? This is sort of paper crafting. I think in the last episode, did I talk about a junk journal that I've made? So I'm not really heavily into junk journaling, and I'm not a really big paper crafter, but I really enjoy the process. So, which way around? Okay, I've got this. I'll tell you why in a minute. I've got this book cover with no book in it. Look, sacrilege. I've pulled the entire innards of the book apart. I'll tell you why in a minute. And I thought, but wait, it's not want not. I'm going to use that. This is actually the Dutch copy, a Dutch copy of the Forsyth Saga. I don't know if you can see that. D. Forsyth. Sage. I don't know how you pronounce that. Looks like sage, but it won't be pronounced that way. I got it from the thrift store. There was no sleeve on it. It was like this. It was €2, and I thought I'm having that because it's nice paper. I'll tell you why in a minute. And I thought, well, I can make another junk journal from that. So I'm going for this sort of theme, like a dark academia, mystical, magical kind of feel. So I've made, excuse me, I'm not very good on the technical names of things, but I've made, I think, one signature. This is called a signature. I'm not going to do a whole flick through, but I'll just give you a quick flick. So I've hand stained photocopy paper, and these are dried in the oven on the rack, so you've got these nice lines. And then I've bought some kits off Etsy. Or free things, you know, just if Google junk journaling paper, my gosh, it's a bit overwhelming. Tea stained. So yeah, that's pretty much how it goes. Look, you can see the difference between I stained that and I stained that different times. So yeah, I'm busy sort of, you know, gathering things. And then they have all these little things called, I think they're called ephemera. I'll show you a couple of them. So I thought, that's a nice bookmark. So printed that on card, and I've like aged the edges. And then I've got loads of these paper bags. So just stuck some little cards, like tickets and things on them. And then tags. There was one of these kits had all little tags. So I stuck just brown card on the back, distressed the edges, and then made a load of tags for it. And there's all kinds of like little pockets. and little folding things. These are just all kits and odd things that I've, you know, just been saving on my computer as and when I come across them. You know, and then I'm just busy sort of compiling things at the moment. Oh yeah, I've not glued this yet, but yeah, you can put all little, are these called tuck spots, I think they are. Yeah, and then this you would glue, just put a little bit of glue and it makes like a band and you can tuck something in them. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that. Making this, I think it's a signature. So yeah, I have to sort of, you know, I've got to, oh, these are all from kits. And they even have like this torn sort of bound book feel to them. So yeah, and then there's also, I've got some pages from the book in there. So I thought, well, that's really good way of, you know, using everything from an old book. You know, I've got the cover, can pop some of these. I'm not sure how many of these signatures I would need. Maybe 3 or 4. You don't want it too full. I think 3. So yeah, let's see. I don't know. You can get lost in this. I mean, I was sat for 2 hours. I just started folding paper and before I knew it, I was snipping things and gluing things, and it's very easy to get lost in this hobby. But it makes a mess. So I've really got to have a few free hours, you know, and feel in the mood for making a mess because I have to clean it all up. So, but yeah, it's really enjoyed. Anyway, the reason I have the book is I saw, oh, I'm looking, it's all glue. I was watching a vlogger and she was showing some her like autumn / Christmas decor. She was decorating her house for autumn, that was it. And she showed this wreath and I was like, oh, that's beautiful. And then I was like, I'm sure I could make that. So I made one. So this is the prototype, which I'm keeping for myself. So this is the paper wreath and it's all made up from the pages from the Forsyth Saga. They're half pages and I'm just scrunched them and hot glued them in. So yeah, this is the prototype and I've just glued like this, is it called like a buffalo check ribbon to it, and I'm keeping that. But I don't know if many of you will probably know, I have a studio in my local art centre and they've just said we're going to have a Christmas market. And it's not like an open house, it's commercial. So bear with me. Oh, that's a bit close up. So I'm making blanks at the moment because I'll show you the back of mine. It's really rough, but this is only for me. So that's the back. Cereal packets and cardboard to strengthen it. But I mean, if I'm going to make these to sell them, they've got to look nice, you know. So I've finished the backs. Because they'll be hanging on walls, so I'm not going to put any ink or anything on them. It's just to make them tidy. And then this, all the ruffly bits will be stuck on. But this really sturdy, very sturdy. So yeah, made 2 of them today. Actually, I've been crafting. Yes, drawn. Okay. Right. That's the papercraft section, and then, sorry, I think I spoke about this in the vlog. So if you are from the vlog channel, you'll know this. So because of the Christmas market, I was like, what else can I sell that's like, you know, a bit more sort of Christmassy? Because I make jewellery, more earrings. I really like making earrings, but I have got a stack of jewellery I can sell at the studio, and I make project bags as well, and I've got a stack of them at the studio that I could sell. But I was looking for more like, you know, Christmas wintry, you know, sort of festive things. And one of the things that I love to do is make these miniature walnut shells. Oops, but it's not glued in yet. But I'm having difficulty hinging the shell. I'm just really struggling with getting, I've got little brass hinges. I'm struggling with getting them to stick, and you can't really drill through the walnut shells because they're so thin. It's all gold leaf on the inside. These are actual walnuts. I boiled them, cleaned them out, and then I've dremeled and, you know, drilled all the inside. And so, yeah, and then these little toadstools are handmade by me with clay and hand painted by me. I hope you can see. So I thought, what can I really want to make? Well, I've got loads of these walnut shells that are sort of in the production line. I think there's only one totally finished. So what can I, how can I sell them? Because I think they're adorable. I'm sure some people would love to buy them. And then I thought, I'd seen like a craft tutorial on YouTube, and somebody was making like a frame, like a little display frame out of clay, air dry clay. And I thought, well, I've got air dry clay. So I made a couple of prototypes, and it took days to dry because I've done them a bit thick. But I finished, so I've painted, see how thick it is. So that's made from air dry clay by yours truly. And it's got a bit of the Forsyth Saga distressed in it. And then I thought, no, let's see if this will, I'm going to glue the walnut shell. It doesn't protrude, you can't see my face, sorry. It doesn't protrude too much. And then I just have to, oops, oh, there you go. It's all right. The dog won't eat it. What do you think? I'm thrilled to bits. I wish I could have glued it, but I've literally been doing this today. So the paper's still a bit damp. I've used distress ink. Oh, so thrilled with it. So yeah, that's sort of a clay craft that I've been doing. But yeah, I'll keep you posted on that. I'm going to make more because it's very time consuming, I'm not going to lie. I mean, only that I have a few of these in the production line, you know, otherwise this is like hours work, you know, all the cleaning, even soaking the walnuts, cleaning, drying them, you know, the gold leafing, the sculpting the toadstools. But yeah, I've got enough that I could make, I don't know, I think I could make about 10 of them. And then I just have to figure out, I should have actually put the hook in the clay and let it dry, but Lawrence said it'll be stronger if I actually glue a hook on it. And I've got like E6000. I think if I mix E6000 and hot glue, maybe I could put my little label on the back. I don't know. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. So that's all my, that's all the stuff I've been making this time. Yeah. So I can mention, I've got a little bit of incoming, and I referred to one of them at the beginning, so that will, if you're still here, then it'll all make sense. So yeah, as I said, because it was my birthday, I got loads of gifts. I was very spoiled, but I got a couple of, I'm just going to bend down, craft related gifts, which I was thrilled to bits with. So one of them was this beautiful hand dyed yarn with stellina. It's I think it's a 4-ply sock yarn. This was a gift from Nicola. Obviously Nicola knits and crochets, that's why she knows to, and she caked it herself. So I'm very appreciative of this. So look at that. And I really want to cast on some Halloween socks, but I don't think I'll have time. But anyway, orange is the colour of the Netherlands, so, and we celebrate King's Day, which is the King's birthday in the Netherlands, so maybe they could be my, oh, I could even make a hat for King's Day. Anyway, love it. So that was nice. And then Alison, my friend, and I've had my own one of these for ages, she got me this heat active pen. It's a starter kit. So you get some, it's like an embossing pen. So you can do, look, like on cards or jewellery, you can see. Envelope, anything, you know. And then I think, I'm not sure, I need to work it out yet. I've clearly not opened it. But I think you use this heat pen. It's probably battery operated. Oh, there's a little wire in there. Maybe it's a plug-in or USB one. And then I think when you draw on it, then it the embossing foil's probably got a sticky back, probably. So I've had mine one of them for ages. Oh yeah, it is USB. Look, there's the back. Is it blurred? So I'll be trying that. Might be able to do some. I wonder if you could emboss like a scrolly. I have got one prototype that I've not done. I've painted but not done anything with it yet. I might give that a go. And then I haven't got it with me, but the reason I mentioned earlier on the Ravelry group is I had another very, very nice surprise birthday gift from Karen, my friend Karen, who is Stitches and Jacks here on YouTube land. And she bought me something I've never heard of before. I was like, what is this? And it's Knit Vent 2022. And I think it's by Curious Handmade, I think, is running it. And it's basically 6 like it's like a bit like a mystery knit along, but for Advent, and you knit 6 surprise projects, but they're small, and you can even like gift them. Yeah, that's the premise of it. And it's there to be made with. It's called Knit Vent because it's to use stash bust your if you've had yarn advents, which clearly I have, to use up your scraps or anything. So one of the you needed to set up a Ravelry project, which I've never done before in my life. So I was like, I will do that. So yeah, I think that starts at the end of October. So I'm not sure when you're watching this, but yeah, go and have a look at that. I did post on my Dawn's Days Instagram that I was doing it. So yeah, what a great idea. I spoke to Karen, I was like, oh, thanks. I would never have thought to have gifted that to somebody, nor subscribed myself. I don't know, I just don't come across or hear about these things. So yeah, watch this space. And I think that's everything. Yeah, I've not got anything else to talk to you about. I've done my incoming and I've shown you all my crafty stuff. So I think that's everything, guys. So I'm not sure when the next podcast will be. I'll take these off now. Because I think, yeah, in a couple of weeks I'll be having the procedure on my neck. So we'll see. But hopefully I've got some pairs of socks to show you. But you would have seen them, the first one already. Maybe I've even got a cardigan. We don't know. Or other things to cast on. I've not really got any plans for casting on stuff. I really want to try and get on top of my whips. But yeah, hopefully I've made some more stuff and I've decided to join the Christmas fair at the art studio. We'll see. I'll only join in if I have got enough stock to sell. Otherwise I'll just go and show up. You know, it'll be nice and cosy and it'll be fun to partake in that way. Anyway, so if you're new, if it's your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by and spending some of your precious time with me, and I hope you've been doing something nice and crafting, or maybe you've just had me on in the background and I've helped you enjoy getting your cleaning done or a bit of ironing. You know, it's always nice to put a podcast on in the background and make the time go a bit quicker. And if you are one of my returning viewers, thank you so much. And you know, I hope you've liked things I've been working on. If it's piqued your interest, you fancy having a go at something yourself, let me know. I'd love to hear that. And if you are new and you haven't yet considered it, maybe you want to hit the subscribe button somewhere on your screen and join in our lovely crafty community. And I read every single comment and you know, and I try and reply to everyone. Sometimes people comment like months and months after a video's uploaded, and I might miss it, but yeah, you know, while, you know, in between the last one and the present one, you know, well, I pretty much will reply to all those comments. So yeah, if you want to join the gang, you're more than welcome. So take care. Thanks for joining in with today's podcast, and stay safe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.